All right, let's get right into it. South Korea's ruling party wants to allow companies to issue stablecoins. We are seeing the issuance of stablecoins happen more and more. South Korean president submitted a bill to parliament that would allow qualifying companies to issue stablecoins. The Digital Asset Basic Act is aimed at improving transparency and encouraging competition in cryptocurrency. Companies will be able to issue their own stablecoins provided that they have at least 500 million won in equity capital and can guarantee refunds through reserves as well as receiving approval from Financial Services Commission. So here we go. We are seeing the issuance of stablecoins happening. The crypto world is moving forward. The digital world is moving forward. Coinbase survey says that blockchain initiatives have been adopted by 60% of Fortune 500 companies. That is a major number, if you ask me. Stablecoin usage is exploding with 54% growth in supply year on year. More than 1/3 of small and medium sized businesses are using crypto. That's a major number. Now, if we sit and think about this for a second, 54% is a lot. Stablecoin usage is going up. And with stablecoin usage comes the usage of other digital assets, other cryptocurrencies. So we are going to see this number rise and continue to rise as the days, weeks, months, and years go on. 60% of Fortune 500 companies are working on blockchain projects, according to the report. Now we see here 20% of Fortune 500 executives said that on-chain initiatives were a key part of their company's strategy moving forward, and more than 80% of institutional investors plan to increase their exposure to crypto this year. More than 80%. That sounds like a signal to me. Institutional investors at that. 46% of small and medium businesses who don't use crypto are planning to start using it in the next 3 years. Yeah, the timeline is definitely shrinking here. And this is according to the report. And 82% of these companies were of the view that usage of this technology could help address some of their financial pain points. So they're looking for crypto, they're looking for stablecoins to transition and help with their financial pain points and just making their businesses more profitable and more efficient down the line. Another sign here that we are moving forward with this digital economy, this digital world. Now, Michael Saylor claims that Apple should buy Bitcoin. And we see here Bitcoin exposure may provide a lucrative financial opportunity for Apple's stock buyback program. So, avid Bitcoin supporter Michael Saylor claims that Apple should buy some Bitcoin. Now we see here Michael Saylor also says the bear market is not coming back and claims that Bitcoin is going to 1 million. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what he had to say.
And at what point do we see, winter coming again? Because that's been a permanent fixture of this asset class, right? It's gone from 0 or 1,000 to 20, and then back down to 3 or 4, and then up to 50, and then back down to 15, and now up to 110. Like, when does it drop again?
Winter's not coming back. We're past that. We're past that phase. If Bitcoin's not going to 0, it's going to $1 million. And you have all the evidence you need to determine that, right? The President of the United States has determined he supports Bitcoin. The cabinet supports Bitcoin. Scott Bessent supports Bitcoin. Paul Atkins has shown himself to be an enthusiastic believer of Bitcoin and digital assets. Ken Tez at CFTC feels the same way. The banks are going to custody Bitcoin. Bitcoin has gotten through its riskiest period. The accounting has been corrected. There's now only 450 Bitcoin a day available for sale by natural sellers. That's the miners. At this level, that works out to about $50 million of Bitcoin available for sale every day. If that $50 million is bought, then the price has got to move up to find any seller that's price sensitive. Now, if you do the math, you'll actually see the Bitcoin treasury companies by themselves are buying the entire natural supply.
Yeah.
BlackRock and the ETFs are buying another measure of that. And we've got nation state actors coming into the space. So I think when Bitcoin rallies, if it surges to 500,000 or $1 million, then maybe we could talk about it crashing down by $200,000 a coin. But at the current price levels, it only takes $50 million to turn the entire drive shaft of the crypto economy one turn. And you've got the Trump Media Organization announcing $2.5 billion. You've got GameStop announcing 500 million. You've got my company that's raising billions and billions of dollars. So the writing is on the wall. Bitcoin's moving higher.
Well, you heard it. Now we have Senator Lummis stating that Bitcoin is unfairly targeted by flawed tax rules. And we have U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis urging Congress to amend the current rules guiding crypto taxation, noting that Bitcoin is unfairly targeted, as well as other cryptocurrencies as well. So we're seeing the push for regulation. Here we have Bitcoin is primed for a surge to fresh all-time highs above $130,000, according to the charts. This is coming from CNBC. A major bold claim here, but it goes in tandem with what Michael Saylor had to say about Bitcoin continuing to go up in value, given the fact that it is scarce and it is a asset that is becoming very, very popular. Here we see Solana ETFs could see approval in 4 months as the SEC has requested updated filings, according to a report. Here we see the World Bank agrees with Trump's trade complaints, urging that countries should lower tariffs on the United States. The US and China have reached a framework deal to ease export restrictions. The US and Chinese officials have agreed on a framework to put their trade truce back on track and resolve China's export restrictions on rare earth minerals and magnets. And so, as you can see, the world is changing right before our very eyes, and it is very much so leaning toward a digital world.